Welcome to what is happening in today with crowning thoughts. Santiago DC Maria Truth Speaker.
Trump threatens GOP for voting against war powers. Finally, they are standing up. I applaud you and appreciate you for standing up. In a stunning display of backbone that has been sorely missing from the Republican Party for far too long, a handful of GOP senators have dared to defy the tyrannical grip of Donald Trump, voting to advance a critical war powers resolution that reins in his reckless impulses toward military aggression in Venezuela. This isn't just a procedural vote, it's a seismic shift, a bold declaration that even within the MAGA-infested halls of Congress, there are still patriots willing to put country over cult. Trump, ever the bully with a fragile ego, has lashed out with venomous threats against these courageous lawmakers, proving once again that his loyalty demands blind obedience, not principled governance. But today we celebrate these rebels: Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, Josh Hawley, and Todd Young. You have my unwavering applause and deepest appreciation for standing tall against the storm. Finally, they are rising up, and it's about damn time. Let's cut through the noise and face the raw truth. Trump's administration has been barreling toward catastrophe in Venezuela, dangling threats of military intervention under the thin veil of national security, while eyeing that nation's vast oil reserves like a vulture circling prey. Just hours ago, on this fateful January 8, 2026, the Senate advanced a resolution explicitly designed to block Trump from unleashing U.S. forces within or against Venezuela without explicit congressional approval. This measure, rooted in the War Powers Resolution of 1973, a safeguard born from the horrors of unchecked presidential warmongering in Vietnam, demands that any military action be vetted and authorized, preventing a rogue executive from dragging us into yet another endless quagmire. Democrats, led by voices like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, have championed this push, but it's the 5 Republican defectors who have truly shattered the illusion of Trump's ironclad control over his party. Trump's response: predictable, petty, and profoundly dangerous. From his echo chamber on Truth Social, he unleashed a tirade, declaring that Collins, Murkowski, Paul, Hawley, and Young should never be elected to office again. This isn't leadership, it's intimidation, a desperate attempt to cow dissenters into submission. This vote greatly hampers our national security and the safety of our military, Trump ranted, conveniently ignoring how his own saber-rattling has escalated tensions and isolated America on the global stage. His threats echo the authoritarian playbook he's idolized for years, from praising dictators like Putin and Kim Jong-un to his own history of inciting violence against perceived enemies. Remember January 6. This is the same man who whipped up a mob to assault democracy itself. Now he's turning that rage inward, on his own party, for daring to uphold the Constitution over his whims. But let's shine a spotlight on the heroes of this moment. Senator Susan Collins of Maine, long criticized for her fence-sitting, has finally planted her feet firmly on the side of sanity, voting to curb Trump's unchecked power despite the inevitable backlash from MAGA hordes. Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, no stranger to Trump's wrath after her impeachment vote, once again proves she's made of sterner stuff than the sycophants surrounding her. Rand Paul of Kentucky, with his libertarian streak, reminds us that true conservatism rejects imperial presidencies, not enables them. Josh Hawley from Missouri, often a Trump ally, broke ranks in a move that could redefine his career, drawing Trump's ire but earning the respect of those who value independence over idolatry. And Todd Young of Indiana, typically a low-key operator, stepped into the fray with quiet resolve, prioritizing peace over party loyalty. To each of you, I applaud your courage, I appreciate your sacrifice, and I stand with you against the bully pulpit. You are the antidote to the MAGA poison that has infected our politics. This vote didn't happen in isolation. It's the culmination of mounting outrage over Trump's Venezuela fixation. Reports from the White House reveal plans to seize control of Venezuelan oil fields, framed as a response to the Maduro regime's collapse, but reeking of imperial greed. Trump himself told the New York Times that only time will tell how long the U.S. might occupy Venezuelan territory, a chilling admission that evokes the ghosts of Iraq and Afghanistan, where trillions were squandered and countless lives lost. Democrats have vowed more such votes, forcing Republicans to publicly choose between Trump's ego and America's interests. As Politico noted, this is part of a broader strategy to expose the fractures in the GOP, especially as Trump floats even wilder ideas like annexing Greenland. The Senate's advancement of this resolution, with a procedural vote paving the way for full debate, marks a rare rebuke, only the second time in Trump's tumultuous second term that his own party has slapped him down on foreign policy. The stakes couldn't be higher. Venezuela's crisis is real, millions fleeing poverty, a dictator clinging to power amid economic ruin, but military intervention without oversight is a recipe for disaster. History screams warnings. Unchecked war powers lead to body bags, blown budgets, and blowback that haunts generations. Trump's threats against these senators aren't just personal vendettas, they're assaults on the very checks and balances that define our republic. By intimidating GOP members, he's undermining democracy from within, much like his baseless election lies that fueled the 2020 chaos. We cannot let this stand. The American people deserve leaders who fear the Constitution more than they fear Trump's tweets. As protests erupt in border states and international allies voice alarm, this moment demands we amplify the voices of reason. Organizations like the ACLU and Veterans for Peace are mobilizing, calling for an end to executive overreach. Whistleblowers within the administration are leaking details of Trump's aggressive posture, painting a picture of a president more interested in winning oil than winning hearts and minds. And let's not forget the human cost. Venezuelan families already ravaged by sanctions and strife would bear the brunt of any U.S. invasion, turning a humanitarian crisis into a full-blown war zone. In the face of Trump's bluster, these 5 senators have ignited hope. Their stand isn't just against war, it's against the cult of personality that has hollowed out the GOP. Finally, cracks are showing in the MAGA facade, and it's exhilarating to witness. To Collins, Murkowski, Paul, Hawley, and Young, thank you for reminding us what real leadership looks like. Your actions today could prevent tomorrow's tragedies. The rest of the Republican Party should take note. Blind loyalty to a demagogue isn't patriotism, it's cowardice. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of a fight to reclaim our nation from the grips of authoritarianism. We must rally behind these brave souls, demand full passage of the resolution, and ensure Trump's threats fall on deaf ears. America is watching, and history will judge those who stood up versus those who knelt. Follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support is important to me, and it helps me a lot. It keeps me active, bringing you important information with your support and comments, likes and shares. Feel free to like, support, and subscribe. I will always provide content for you. I appreciate every support you give. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker, copyright 2025 by Santiago D.C. Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. I love you all and I appreciate each of you. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria.